But winning points on her own serve has been the issue for her in this second game. More often than not, Ayumi able to completely dominate the Shen Yuang serve. And that's gone out, so it's going to bring up game balls. 5 of them for a 2-love lead in the women's under-19 final. And she'll only need the first. It's going to be 11-9, 11-5 in the books, and Ayumi Watanabe just 1 game away from justifying the number 1 seeding, and at the moment the family double after Shen Yuji's win in the under-15 girls final earlier is looking unlikely. Malaysia's Zhen Yu-Eung has work to do. She trails Watanabe of Japan by 2 games to love in a race to 3. That's her little sister trying to help her out, I think. Her sister winning the girls under 15 title earlier. She doesn't look happy, does she? She's played some wonderful shots, a couple of mistakes that she'd like to have back, I'm sure, but she's playing a very solid player here in Watanabe, of that there is no doubt. Mum and Dad trying to give her some words of wisdom as she comes into court next, where she can't afford to lose another game if she wants to lift the title. So Watanabe back onto court first. Shen Yuang, can she make a fast start in this third game? It's almost been frightening how quickly in the first 2 Watanabe was able to open up into, in both cases, a 5-1 lead, and she'll have the serve at the start of the third. Oh, too good from Watanabe, just too good. All these players, of course, not just fighting it out for prize funds in the under-17 and under-19 category, but also fighting it out for the precious Asia Junior Squash Series ranking points. The Singapore Open, this Oncocare Singapore Open, gold status in the Asian ranking system. Oh, lovely shot from Zhen. Watanabe did really well to get to that, and she's forced another mistake. It's Groundhog Day all over again for Zhen Yuang at the start of this third. A reminder, the men's final still to come in the under-19s. Our final match of the afternoon live on One Play. Joshua van der Vath of South Africa, the unheralded van der Vath, up against Sachin Kumar. Oh, the Japanese getting everything going her way now, and poor old Shen Yuang, her head just beginning to drop ever so slightly here. She's seen her sister triumph in the under-15s. She's got a mountain to climb now if she wants to join her in that roll of honour at the 2019 Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open, brought to you in association as well as our title sponsors Oncocare, with great support from the good people at Marigold and Peel Fresh and Head Equipment as well. And this final is racing to a rapid conclusion now. Ayumi Watanabe with some sublime squash is 5 up. It was a pretty one-sided affair when Natalie Sim beat the number 1 seed in the girls under 17, getting the better of Ivania Kugan. This, if anything, has even been more impressive, this performance from Japan's Ayumi Watanabe. Oh, another one. It's just not happening, and it's almost like she wants to get off the court as quickly as possible now. 6-love down, 5 points away from victory as the number 1 seed, Ayumi Watanabe. Just too good, just too good. It's an incredible game, squash, when there's just a millimetre of difference in ability or confidence. The extra time it gives you on the ball to pick your shots and place them perfectly really does sometimes bring about an apparent huge golfing class that might not necessarily be there every day of the year, but when things aren't going your way, like the situation faced with Shen Yueng, it's so easy for the game to run away from you. 8-love it is in the third game. Georgia leads 2 games to love. Ayumi Watanabe, and she looks like she's going to go and win this title in supreme style now. It's up to 9. And this is already now, I think, got the potential to be the quickest game we've seen live on one play this afternoon. They've only been back on court for 3 minutes, and it's 9-love. It goes down again. It's 10, count them, 10 championship points for Ayumi Watanabe as Shen Yueng has waved the white flag. Oh, stroke given, and disappointingly by 11 points to love, Shen Yueng capitulates in the third, but take nothing away from Ayumi Watanabe. 9-5 and to love. She takes the 2019 Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open in the girls under 19 category. Very impressive stuff indeed by the Japanese, but keeping an eye on her name as one to watch for the future through the senior ranks. It's victory for Japan. So Japan have taken a title, Hong Kong have taken a title, and Malaysia have taken 3 titles. Will it be 4 for Malaysia in the boys under 19 final as Sachin Kumar takes on the unheralded, the man that shocked everyone this week, Joshua van der Vath of South Africa? That's coming up next. Congratulations to Ayumi Watanabe. She's beaten Shen Yueng in straight games, 9-8 and to love.
Marigold Peel Fresh, less sugar juices now available in on-the-go bottles.
Singapore is a global leader in the space of medical tourism, with state-of-the-art technology, facilities, and doctors with unparalleled expertise. Even the most serious ailments, such as cancer, are treated with great success in Singapore. Oncocare is a global leader in cancer treatment. Dr. Tay Mia Hyang, a senior practitioner, is an expert in the area of oncology.
Oncocare Cancer Centre provides a very comprehensive cancer care to all patients. We have 12 doctors of different subspecialty, and so that we can cover all different types of cancer. As a private oncology centre, we hope to provide the fastest, most accurate and most comprehensive and affordable care to all the patients that comes through the door.
Dr. Tay places merit in the fact that sports is a key driver in becoming a better practitioner. A sportsman, Dr. Tay was a regular in the Singapore squash circuit.
I've always been interested in sports when I was young, and when I had the opportunity to play squash when I was in school, I went into it and went to the school team, and finally we won the school first national school championship. Until now, it's still the first championship that the school won. And from that, with this opportunity, I guess it also helped me to be a better person, more agile in my thinking. And as a result of this, I think it really contributed to my opportunity to be admitted into medical school.
Dr. Tay believes that healthy lifestyles leads to better health. As a sponsor of one of Singapore's leading squash events, Oncocare and Dr. Tay contribute to the spreading of this message by being a role model.
Well, I hope that this is a good example for other people to follow, that people who are able to contribute more in different ways, financially or in terms of their skill set, to help to grow out the sport. At the end of the day, we want to be proud of the Singapore players. I still want to inspire a Singapore squash champion locally, regionally, and maybe in the World Championship one day. I think all comes together. When you're healthy, you probably have less cancer. When you're in sports, you also adopt a very healthy lifestyle. So all things come together. At the end of the day, I think it's squash that spearhead a good lifestyle. You're also more attentive to your body, and hopefully with that, you will reduce one of the risk factor for cancer development.
So they spin for serve, and I think it looks like it's going to be the South African to start here. Well, it's been a fairy tale week for Joshua van der Vath at this Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open for 2019. Unheralded coming in, not amongst the top seeds. He's fought his way through the top half of the draw to take on Sachin Kumar of Malaysia, who was one of the fancied players coming in already. It's been a hectic afternoon here. Some incredible performances. Shen Yu Ji dismantling Maisara Aslan Shah in an all-Malaysian final. Then Jat Thi in a really closely contended matchup. The Hong Konger coming out in front of Malaysia's Tai Jung Chang by 3 games to love, 11, 11 and 8. Could easily have gone to 5 games, that one. Then there was a supreme performance from Natalie Sim, getting the better of the number 1 seed Lavanya Coogan in another all-Malaysia clash, 2, 4 and 9. We then saw Singapore's number 1 seed Evdud Tung beaten in 4 by Malaysia's Hajar Rong, who won that one 11-8, 6-11, 11-7, 11-6. And moments ago, a sublime performance from Japan's Ayumi Watanabe beating Malaysia's Shen Yu Eung, the elder sister of the under-15 girls champion, 9-8, and an annihilation in the last game by 11 points to love. So we're underway here in the South African in green, the Malaysian in black and yellow, and it's the Malaysian that strikes first. Kumar on serve then. Well, one of these games you fancy might go the full distance of 5. I wonder whether it'll be this one. It's our last game. We're bringing you of this incredible tournament here this afternoon on one play as the Malaysian opens up a 2-love lead. But the one thing that Van der Vath has got in abundance is clearly stamina, because apologies for that brief delay in pictures. Would you believe there was someone trying to do some rewiring work at the Kallang Tennis and Squash Centre? But it's Malaysia in the ascendancy in this opening game of the under-19 boys final. But as I was saying before we lost coverage temporarily, Van der Vath has shown he's got stamina in abundance, and this proved obviously very difficult to beat, bearing in mind he's reached the final here. So of all the games we've seen, remember, no one's come from a game down in our televised finals to win this afternoon. You'd fancy he might be the one that's capable of doing it, and certainly that was a really nice, delicate touch on that volley. And he's only 1 behind now. 3-4 on serve, the South African Van der Vath. The skill that these players have in disguising their shots is nothing short of sensational. That's down. We're all tied at 4 each. He's a real bull of a man, isn't he, Van der Vath? You're not going to be knocking him off the tee to try and get to a shot. Good service return, though, that time from Kumar. Nice change of direction from Kumar. Takes a great one on the volley there. Well kept alive from Van der Vath. And that's down, so we're again tied. Longest rally of the match so far, this. And it's a big one as well, because Van der Vath can take the lead in the game for the first time. Sachin Kumar, though, in the ascendancy at the moment, and that's going to be it. Oh, brilliant get under the circumstances, and the let was asked for and given, and there's an example of the power of Van der Vath. Sachin Kumar almost had to bulldoze his way through him to get to the shot prior to the let. Good take on the volley. Well, this point is now spanned across 2 goes, a let, and some 40 odd shots. Oh, the South African trying to put it away there. That was down. So Van der Vath takes the lead for the first time. Lead 6-5. This packed house obviously brings with it some distractions for the players as Van der Vath goes 7-5. Great attendances here throughout the course of the competition, and this finals day there's a real buzz about the place with squash players and coaches and families and general supporters from all over the world descending here. We've already had a Japanese winner, a winner from Hong Kong. Can Van der Vath become the first non-Asian winner tonight? He's made a good start after going behind early in this game. He's definitely in the ascendancy now, and having carried all before him already this week under zero expectations, he's given Sachin Kumar a real game here. Kumar just can't put him away at the moment. Well played from Kumar though, eventually grinding that point out. But he's still behind, 6-7 on serve. Both these men combining power with a delicate touch in what's been some incredibly long rallies. That was a great boast. And the South African, by virtue of that point, opens up to an 8-6 lead. Too high that time. So 7-8, but Kumar playing catch up. And he just can't draw level at the moment. Van der Vath 2 points away from the first game. Great recovery shot from Van der Vath there. It's a good get from Kumar, and he's just about in the ascendancy now. Look at that. What a touch that from Kumar. Almost deserved to win the point with that shot, and wouldn't you know it, the squash god's not smiling on him, and now he faces 3 game balls. shot of the match so far, arguably, and it didn't even win the points. It drew gasps from the crowd here at the Kallang Squash Centre in Singapore. But Van der Vath has taken it out. 11-7. So the man that's shocked everyone this week continues to shock. He takes the opener. He leads Sachin Kumar of Malaysia, the South African, by a game to nil. Well, he's blowing hard already, Sachin Kumar, and he's in a real fight, and he knows it. Psychologically, this game can put you through the ringer, as his coach talks alongside him. But Joshua Van der Vath first back into the court and wants to get on with this. I think he feels that he's got the nap hand here. He's a long way from home here, the South African, in Singapore, but he's very welcome. And at the moment, he's giving us some delightful squash to enjoy, proving a very difficult man to get past. Telling, isn't it, that he's back in the court so early. Sachin Kumar, we did see blowing there very hard. Hasn't got the same pedigree that we've seen from Joshua Van der Vath in terms of stamina, if it does go to 4 or 5 games. But the statement he makes here at the start of the second will be interesting. He started well, picked up the first couple of points in the first game, but Van der Vath took over in the middle of the stanza and never really looked back. Kumar unable to get back on level terms. So the start of the second, the South Africans to start us off. Somehow Van der Vath got that one up, but that was asking too much. Perfect start for Sachin Kumar. Oh, lovely volley. Great reactions there. So it's a similar story in the second as it was in the first, but he's got to make this early advantage play. Problem with a spectator walking across the court. Lovely touch again from Kumar. He started this second game very well indeed, but that went down, and he's let the South African back in, and it was on his serve where the South African really made it count in the first game, and that's an unnecessary play from Kumar that's allowed the South African to level it up. Quick fire start to this second game. 5 set points already in the bag. 3 of them won by the man on serve, Sachin Kumar. Just went up from Kumar. So Kumar on serve. Good pick up from Van der Vath, and he ran Kumar ragged on that point. Well, I must say, I thought I'd lost track of the scoring, but the umpire calling it 3-4 with Van der Vath on serve. Oh, too good from Kumar that time. So Kumar now with this lead in the second game, can he hold on to it? Van der Vath is durable, we know that, but that is sensational. Round of applause that for the shot of the match so far. And just like that, he's opened up a 6-3 lead as he bids to level this up with Van der Vath having taken the opener 11-7. Kumar's agility around the court, absolutely sensational here. It's the agility of Kumar against the raw power mixed with the deft touch of the South African. But having said that, appearances can be deceptive. He's quite sprightly, and crucially he comes up with that point off the Kumar mistake to get to within 2. And it was around about this point in the first game where he came up with some big plays, Van der Vath, to take the advantage. That's going to be a stroke. So Kumar with a 7-4 lead now. Oh, too good from Van der Vath that time. Just hanging in, and Sachin Kumar looks out on his feet already, and bearing in mind if he wants to win this he's got to play at least 4 games. Fitness is clearly going to play a part in the destination of this 2019 Oncocare Singapore Squash Open boys under 19 title. He's going to need to call upon reserves of energy that he's not used already this week to get the job done here. But before we start thinking about 4 and 5 game matches, he's still got to win this game, because from 4-7 down, Van der Vath has got it back to 6-7 with a run on his own serve. And he's got a perfect setup here to make it 7-all, and make it 7-all he does. So Van der Vath going through the gears against an uncomfortable looking Sachin Kumar, who's played some delightful shots at times, but just can't pull away in this second game. He has regained the lead there though. Van der Vath taking that on the volley. Brilliant disguise that Sachin Kumar employs on some of those cross-court shots. And he worked that point the hard way. So now a chance to kick on and take this second game and level it up at 1 each. He leads 9-7. Big point coming up now. He can give himself 3 game balls, or consequently put himself under a bit of pressure, because Van der Vath is nothing if not a battler. But he's misjudged that one, the South African, and it will be 3 game balls to level it up at 1-all for Sachin Kumar. Oh, Van der Vath slipped at the crucial time there, and that will be all level, both games by the scoreline of 11-7, and we're tied at 1 game each in this final match on finals day this Saturday the 14th of December, live on One Play. It's the Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open 2019. Already wins for Malaysia, courtesy of Zhen Yuji in the girls under 15. Malaysia also taking out the girls under 17, courtesy of Natalie Sim. That also an all Malaysia final, just like the girls under 15 was. There was another win for Malaysia, courtesy of Hai Jiao Rong against Singapore's Edward Thung in the boys under 17. Hong Kong with a win, courtesy of Jatsi against Taejan Chan of Malaysia in the boys under 15, and a comprehensive straight games win for Ayumi Watanabe of Japan against Malaysia's Zhen Yu Eung, the older sister of the girls under 15 champion. Here though, in the final match of the day and the championship in the boys under 19, it's Van der Vath of South Africa against Kumar of Malaysia, and they're tied at 1 game all, and this has got the makings of a real tough encounter. You wouldn't bet against it going the full 5 games at the moment, as Van der Vath once more is first back onto court. incredibly well supported, this 2019 Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open. Athletes from Australia, Chinese Taipei, Japan, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and as we're seeing here, South Africa, as well as the host nation Singapore, are thrilled the crowds that have come to see it, thanks to our title sponsors Oncocare and our supporting sponsors Marigold, the good people at Peel Fresh, and the equipment sponsors at Head. Van der Vath being made to move early by Sachin Kumar, who showed great agility there. Kumar trying to get to that volley from Van der Vath, who's got the nap hand in the first point of the third game and takes it. Oh, cheap point given away from Sachin Kumar there. And as we saw with Watanabe of Japan in the girls under 19 final, Van der Vath very keen to get on with things, likes to move quickly. He's the first one back onto court in between games, and he's very quick on the turnaround on his own serve. Stroke given that time to Sachin Kumar. Oh, Van der Vath bamboozled by Sachin Kumar, who on first appearances you'd think would have the greater agility on court. It's not necessarily played out through the course of the game so far. But many opponents this week have found out how difficult Van der Vath is to beat, and crucially he's been involved in some long games as well, and that could still be the factor here. Big point from Van der Vath to retake the lead in this third game. Taken on the volley by Kumar, and it caught Van der Vath unawares, and we're all square at 3 each. The game dead level. Down from Kumar, it's advantage Van der Vath again. Oh, the speed with which Sachin Kumar employs those turns is breathtaking, and ultimately it's one in the point. We're tied at 4 each. Really, he looks to have been utterly exhausted from halfway through the first game, Sachin Kumar. It may just be that's the way his body language comes across. Van der Vath has got him running all around the court, but Sachin Kumar is equal to it. And the Malaysian showing his class to edge ahead in game number 3. 5-4 the lead. Can he string together a row of points at his own serve now to open up in this third? That volley he employs on the turn is lightning fast and well capable of bamboozling his opponents, but he looks to be in some discomfort. Whether he's playing possum, I do not know, but every point almost he's down there gasping for air. And the truth is, if he wants to win this, he's probably got at least half an hour's more squash to play. That's down. He doesn't look comfortable at all, the Malaysian, does he, Sachin Kumar? If you were picking favourites on body language and appearances, you'd make Van der Vath red hot to win this, but every time he looks like he's out on his feet, he comes up with a delightful shot, Sachin Kumar. He's come up with 2 already to keep this rally alive. It's very high, dangerously so. He's sending Kumar scuffling to the backcourt again, and that time it was too much for Kumar. And Van der Vath with his first 2-point break since the early part of this third game, and he does appear to be struggling, Sachin Kumar. Something's up there. Don't think it's just energy. It's almost like he's carrying a knock of some description. He's not moving around the court as freely as he'd like. He's still coming up with some brilliant shots when he's given the tee to work with, but he's not well here, Sachin Kumar, and if you're Van der Vath, you've just got to concentrate now on finishing this off, because the Malaysian is in noticeable discomfort. Not entirely sure what it is, whether it's a leg issue, or whether it's just sheer exhaustion after the exertions of the week, but he's in a world of pain here, Sachin Kumar. He does appear to have got some kind of muscle issue. It's 5 game balls here, and from looking like he'd be a strong chance here, Sachin Kumar can't get off the court quick enough, and I wonder whether he's going to continue on. He's in a lot of discomfort, and the South African, all of a sudden, looks a formality. He's going to be crowned champion. Can Sachin Kumar come back from whatever's troubling him? Well, Van der Vath will be very happy with what he's seeing. I wonder where Sachin Kumar is. Well, let's pick up Sachin Kumar and see what it is, this issue. Well, there's no doctor or physio working on him. He's clutching his right ankle there. Something clearly not right. And, well, in this situation, do you play on? It's a final, anything can happen. But he gave up the ghost at the end of that 3rd game, and if he wants to win the title, remember, he's going to have to play all 5 games now, trailing 2-1 as he does. No indication he's going to quit here. But if I was Van der Vath, as he did at the end of the 1st game, I'd be getting back on court very quickly here to lay down the gauntlet. Now, is the coach going to speak to the umpire? No, he's going to take a seat, so it does look like he's going to continue here. So Sachin Kumar against the surprise package. The fairy tale winner, he'd be Joshua Van der Vath, all the way from South Africa. Not one of the top seeds, but he's in control here against what seems to be an injured opponent. When he levelled it up at 1-1, it looked like he had every chance, Sachin Kumar, but he's not moving freely, and Van der Vath is going to be aware of that. At this level, at under 19 level, you're savvy enough to take advantage of anything or any weakness your opponent shows. So the South African Van der Vath to start the 4th game, leading 2-1. Well, surely his tactics going to be to move Sachin Kumar around the court as much as possible now. He's still very difficult to play when he takes those volleys on Kumar. But Van der Vath, as you saw there, is now keen to get him moving around. And the longer the rallies, the better for Van der Vath now on multiple fronts. That's fallen out, so first blood to Kumar. But his body language is not indicative of someone that has the confidence they can go on and take this title at this stage. Oh, brilliant get from both of them. Superb rally this. Van der Vath's turn to use the volley to his advantage. And we're all tied at 1 each. Delighted to welcome our guests of honour here for these finals. The Vice President of the Singapore Squash and Rackets Association, Josephine Chew. Also from the Singapore Squash Rackets Association, Vice President Dr. Tang Min Jen. From our equipment sponsors head, Joseph Ching. And from the title sponsors, Oncocare, the CEO, Dr. Tay. All very welcome here. Great supporters of sport in Singapore, and in particular squash in Singapore. As Van der Vath has Kumar on the run around again. He somehow gets it back, but they're not going to get the let there, is he? (4-1), the South Africa now leads, and you get the feeling this is now procession to the title. Not just the prize money, as Kumar comes back with a good shot of his own, but those all-important Asia Junior Super Series Squash Gold ranking points. And in the state that he's in, can't afford to give away cheap points like that. And Van der Vath is 6 points away now from the title. The South African, who nobody considered as a threat coming in, no one knew much about him. They know plenty about him now. He's had some easy wins, he's had some hard-fought wins, and here he's ultimately outlasted through the championship week. The Malaysian who gets a let there, rather on sufferance from Van der Vath, who wasn't keen to give it. Van der Vath trying to finish that on the volley. Good reactions from Kumar. Who gets to within 2 now. He does appear to be struggling, but Van der Vath unable to pull away at the moment. Just so casual the way he's going through his points, Sachin Kumar. Such a sublime player when he gets to his shots, but maybe that's just his style, that he always looks like he's out on his feet, injured and exhausted, because he's still putting some of these world-class shots out from absolutely nowhere. That's gone very high. Stayed low enough though, and that one didn't get high enough. And it's almost like he came into this with an injury, Sachin Kumar. He's given it a good go. Oh, great reactions, both of them on the volley there to keep this point alive. But it's interesting, when he's on the move in the court, Sachin Kumar, for the most part he's okay, but whether it's cramp, whether it's an issue with his Achilles or his thigh, he does appear now to have accepted his fate, and John Van der Vath is surely heading to his first Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open title. He can barely stand up now, Sachin Kumar. Whether that's to do with the fact he's 8-3 down, I don't know. But Van der Vath just needs to keep his head here, and the title is his. Nice placement. Oh, Van der Vath sensibly trying to move Kumar around the court now, knowing that he's struggling. This is intelligent squash, very intelligent squash indeed, John Van der Vath. It's not his fault that Sachin Kumar is struggling. And that was a rather generous let, in my eyes, that was awarded to the Malaysian. In his current state, I don't think he had any hope of getting that one down, and that one maybe justice done. 2 away from the title, Van der Vath. It's been a bit of an anticlimax, unfortunately, because of the discomfort that Sachin Kumar is clearly in, but it's 7 championship points for South Africa's John Van der Vath, and I fancy he'll only need 1 of them. That's it, John Van der Vath has won it for South Africa. Joshua Van der Vath is the 2019 Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open champion. He takes out the number 3 seed, Sachin Kumar of Malaysia. 11-7, 7-11, 11-5, 11-3. Kumar noticeably struggling with an injury, certainly for the second half of that match. We hope he's okay. And now, to give you the roll of honour of the squash champions and great matches you've seen on One Play this afternoon. The girls under 15 champion, Malaysia's Shon Yu-Ji getting the better of Malaysia's Maisara Aslan Shah, 4-5 and 8. And then a win for Hong Kong, and Jatsi in the boys under 15 getting the better of Malaysia's Taejun Chan, 13-11, 13-11, 11 and 8. That was an absolute ding-dong on that one, a real close affair, could have gone either way. A mightily impressive performance by Malaysia's Natalie Sim in the girls under 17, beating Malaysia's Lavanya Kugan 11-2, 11-4, 11-9. And then the number 1 seed from Singapore beaten in the boys under 17 final by Malaysia's Hai Ji Rong. The Malaysian winning that 11-8, 6-11, 11-7, 11-6. And then the girls under 19 won in sublime style by Ayumi Watanabe, 11-9, 11-8 and 11-love. And then that man Sachin Kumar of Malaysia, the number 3 seed, disappointed to be beaten by the unheralded coming into this, but he's not unheralded now. He's come through some titanic struggles this week to emerge triumphant. Congratulations to South Africa's Joshua Van der Vath. He beat the Malaysian Sachin Kumar 11-7, 7-11, 11-5 and 11-3. So there are your winners. You can see some of the Australian younger age group girls who've much enjoyed their time here in a truly international event, this Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open. They're getting some court time on court one, and we're going to stay with you live to take in the prize giving ceremony that's coming up, to be attended by our guests of honour from the Singapore Squash and Rackets Association, Vice President Josephine Chu. Also from the Singapore Squash and Rackets Association, Vice President Dr. Tan Ming Jen. We welcome as well from the equipment sponsors, Head Joseph Ching, and most notably from our title sponsors, Oncocare. We're delighted to be joined by their CEO, Dr. Tay. They'll all be with you in picture, live on One Place shortly for the prize giving ceremony. But for now, I will sign off and leave you with the pictures of one of our many groups of international visitors enjoying the facilities here at the magnificent Kallang Tennis and Squash Centre as the action is over for the 2019 Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open. But the prize giving ceremony is still to come. Stay with us on One Play.
Marigold Peel Fresh, less sugar juices now available in on-the-go bottles.
Singapore is a global leader in the space of medical tourism, with state-of-the-art technology, facilities, and doctors with unparalleled expertise. Even the most serious ailments, such as cancer, are treated with great success in Singapore. Oncocare is a global leader in cancer treatment. Dr. Tay Mia Hiang, a senior practitioner, is an expert in the area.
Doctors of different subspecialty, and so that we can cover all different types of cancer. As a private oncology center, we hope to provide the fastest, most accurate and most comprehensive and affordable care to all the patients that comes through the door.
Dr. Tay places merit in the fact that sports is a key driver in becoming a better practitioner. A sportsman, Dr. Tay was a regular in the Singapore squash circuit.
I've always been interested in sports when I was young, and when I had the opportunity to play squash when I was in school, I went into it and went to the school team, and finally we won the school first national school championship. Until now, it's still the first championship that the school won. And from that, with this opportunity, I guess it also helped me to be a better person, more agile in my thinking. And as a result of this, I think it really contributed to my opportunity to be admitted into medical school.
Dr. Tay believes that healthy lifestyles leads to better health. As a sponsor of one of Singapore's leading squash events, Oncocare and Dr. Tay contribute to the spreading of this message by being a role model.
Well, I hope that this is a good example for other people to follow, that people who are able to contribute more in different ways, financially or in terms of their skill set, to help to grow up the sport. At the end of the day, we want to be proud of the Singapore players. I still want to inspire a Singapore squash champion locally, regionally, and maybe in the World Championship one day. I think all comes together. When you're healthy, you probably have less cancer. When you're in sports, you also adopt a very healthy lifestyle. So all things come together. At the end of the day, I think it's squash that spearhead a good lifestyle. You're so more attentive to your body, and hopefully with that, you will reduce one of the risk factor for cancer development.
Okay, boys. Those at the seconds, move to the area there. Go higher and then on the right hand side there. Okay, thank you everybody. Let's get this in place. Okay, at the count of 3, the cameraman will be the one taking the photo. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more shot. I want everybody to do a thumbs up high in the air. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you everybody for your patience. Okay, Oncocare Singapore Junior Squash Open 2019. We had a very successful year. Thanks to everybody. We had a total of 344 participants coming in from 18 countries. Okay, I think that's the record for us. Okay, and just for a short moment, I want to show you who Mr. Oncocare is. Mr. Cameraman. Okay, and to start off with the prize presentation, we'll start with the girls under 19. Okay, apologies if I get any name wrong. It's very hard to see. Under 11. Oh, sorry. Apologies again. Okay, I'm trying to figure out now how to read all the names. Coming in 8. And to do the prize presentation for the under 19 boys and girls, our SSRA Vice President, Josephine Chu. Under 11. Okay, coming in 8. No Adina Amni Binti Imran. See ya. Okay, maybe I got her confused by saying under 19 for many times. Okay, coming in 7th, Sydney Saria A. Shukla. Coming in 6th, Amelda Amelia Abdul Razak. Fifth, Nurul Zahra Amri. Fourth, Lakshayani Akaraja. Third, Nurul Nisa Nasha Ahmad Nasir. Coming in 2nd, Mamita Pakrash. And the winner of the girls under 11, the name is much easier for me, Alin Tan. Okay, for all participants and parents, if let's say you want to catch the finals and the prize presentation once again, it's all on One Place Sports on Facebook. Okay, so you can get it from there. Okay, congratulations girls. Now moving to the boys under 11. Coming in 8th, Poma Ikeda from Japan. Seven, Ong Si Hong from Singapore. Coming in 6th, Rashmin Saravanan. Fifth, Muhammad Razik Putra Muhammad Fakrul. Fourth, Marcus Lee Xiatong. Third, Muhammad Akil Azim Sharudin. Second, Yik Wei Sim. And the winner of the boys under 11, Jaden Wood. Thank you, Josephine. Okay, thank you, boys. And now to present the boy under 13 prizes, SSRA Vice President Dr. Edwin Jen. Okay, for the girls under 17, coming in 8th, Hanan Patria Asfel. Coming in 7th, Putri Rania Zahira Mahayo Ahmad Nasrin. Coming in 6th, Tani Razia Abdul Rahman Raja. Coming in 5th, Rati Harida Haran. Coming in 4th, Mahiro Ishio, Japan. Third, Nashwa Zara Muhammad Makru Rati. And the winner of girls under 13, Simi Ong Tzu Sim. I would like to invite Mr. David to come back for this. There was a miscommunication of the prize presentation. Okay, Mr. Day has kindly offered a special check of $1,000 for any Singaporean who wins any title. The name of the check is Singapore Next Big Squash Star. Okay, now moving to boys under 13, coming in 8th, Zhao Yizi. Coming in 7th, Tu Meng Hao. Coming in 6th, Yoga Bhutan Subramaniam. Fifth, Joshua Ravi Raj. Fourth, Bhutan Ravindran. Coming in 3rd, Ultimus Ahal Shalom Najib K. Satyan. And the winner of the boys under 13, Prati Pillai Muniz Waran. Congratulations, boys. And thank you, Dr. Tan. And to present the boys, the under 15 and under 17 prizes, we've got a referee and also the son of the sponsor of it, Mr. Linus Chim. Okay, and you start off the girls under 15 coming in 8. Joel Pua. The next name is a tongue twister, so I'll ask her to pronounce the name. 7, Victory Karachi Pulasekara. Coming in 6, Awani Malinga. South Africa, right? And good from Korea. Coming in 4th, Sufira Pramchari. Coming in 3rd, Pooja Ati Rahul from India. The second winner has taken her prizes. No Maisara Muhammad Aslan Shah. And the winner of the girls under 15, Chen Yunxia. And now moving to the boys under 15, coming in 8, Hasbina Pugan. Coming in 7, Eugene Un. Ho Wei Yen. Fifth, Chin Lai Lun. Coming in fourth, Yuji Ikeda. Rohan Ayra Andy has taken his place as coming third. Coming in second, Tae Jin Xian. And the winner of the boys under 15, Jet C. Moving on to 7th, Joy Lim Wei Ping. Coming in 6th, Jun Lok Chen Ting. Fifth, Eric Carlson from Australia. Fourth, Paige Teresa Hill from Singapore. Coming in third, Rachel Tong Hui Qi. Coming in second, Navana Kubat. And the winner of the girls under 17, Natalie Sim Su Eng. Congratulations, girls. And your second first winner also has cash prizes as well. Now moving on to the boys under 17, coming in 8th, Muhammad Fayyad Waji Hashim. Coming in 7th, Josiah Chong. Josiah? Oh yeah, okay. Coming in 6th, Dylan Carlson, Australia. Coming in 5th, Shamil Aiza Sharufi. Coming in 4th, Theodore Chua. Coming in 3rd, Muhammad Shaul Alim Ahmad. Coming in 2nd, Edmonton. And the winner of the boys under 17 event, Yi Jiarong. Dia R. Syafiq. Okay, okay. Sorry. I'm not informed, but basically there was 8 participants, and the 5th to 8th doesn't have any prizes. Okay, so prizes are only given to the top 4. So I'll start with number 4. And coming in 4th, Wang Yuan from Taipei. And coming in 3rd, Karina Loy Singh. And the 2nd, Serena Nisha. And the winner of the girls under 19, Ayumi Watanabe. Congratulations, girls. Coming in now for the boys under 19, coming in 8, Rudy Johari. No, coming in 7, Pragya Deva Prakash. Coming in 6, Sean Low. Coming in 5th, Jerome Au. Coming in 4th, Ong Jin Zhe. you. Coming in second, Sachin Kumar Srivadasan. And the final prize, boys under 19, all the way from South Africa, Joshua Vandermark.